Celebs Radio Network presents Fireside Chat with Larry and Paul.
Hi, and welcome to this cozy fireside chat with us, Larry and Paul. Hello, mate. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you? I'm in the telly. It's live and distance. It's like it's April 2020 all over again.
Yeah, you sound fine. You're like, hi, I'm fine. Oh God, you're still quite rough. You're still quite rough.
Yeah, no, I've got COVID. I got COVID. I thought I was immune though. I was like, I'd survived it for 2.5 years, and I was like, I'm one of those superhumans that's immune to it. I'm like a superhero.
Yeah.
And then last week, I got it. And it seems like the old school one as well. Like I can't taste anything. My hearing's gone for some reason. I don't think that's a symptom. I can't smell anything. Coughing all the time.
How much is your hearing?
I'm knackered.
I
don't know. It's like it feels like my ears are blocked.
Right. Well, I suppose
that a symptom? Add it to the list. Get it down.
Upper respiratory tract stuff. It might happen. You get a cold sometimes. You feel a bit blocked up in the old ear holes, don't you? So
yeah, but I've had to miss 2 live shows now, and I'm gutted. I thought I'd only have to miss one. I thought it would be one of the new COVIDs, one of the easier ones where it's just like a bit of a cough and then you'll be fine.
Yeah. But
could have had it worse though. It could be worse. It could be on a respirator or seriously ill. So I'm not, counting my blessings and that.
Has your other half? Has she managed to avoid it?
No, she got it, but she didn't get as bad as this.
Right. Scum.
She just had a cough. Yeah, just because she got off fairly scot-free. I thought I was a superhero, but it turns out I'm just a normo.
Oh God, that must be the most disappointing of all of this. Is that it's not just that you've missed 2 live shows, you've missed 2 weeks of work, which you probably quite enjoyed. You can't taste anything, you can't hear anything, you can't smell anything, you can't feel anything because you're dead on the inside.
Knackered all the time.
But the worst thing is that you realise you're a normal human being.
I'm just a normal person like everyone else, and I'm not superhuman after all, and that's the most disappointing thing with it all.
You're like you're like Bruce Wayne going down into the Batcave and then actually just feeling a bit peaky and having to take a couple of weeks in bed.
Just decided not to go and fight crime because I got a bit of a cold.
Yeah, I will strike fear into the hearts of the. Oh, actually, I'll do that. Once
I've had some night nurse and I've had a bit of a sleep.
Yeah, I'd watch
but
that.
It's been a slow week for news, isn't it? So it's probably good that I've had this time off. It's not much been going on, so we haven't needed to.
Yeah, it's been quiet. There was obviously today was as we put this out was the Liz Truss's local radio round, which they do. It wasn't like a special thing. They do it before conference, don't they? Each year, usually the leader is put up before conference and before elections. And so it wasn't abnormal for her to do a round of local radio interviews, but it sort of is a bit abnormal that she hasn't done any national interviews at all.
Yeah, and then did this. I'm trying to work out whether it would because if you heard, she didn't perform that well at all. It was embarrassing, and she was doing her usual robot stuff. But I can't work out whether it would be better for her not to have pulled out or to have carried on as she has. I can't work out what would be a worse look.
Well, I think if you're a supporter of her or you're a Conservative voter, maybe you're thinking she did all right. I'm trying to look at it from...
She didn't do all right. I listened to pretty much all of them live, and she didn't do all right.
Well, there was a delay, wasn't there? So, like on the BBC Stoke one, where the fellow was asking her, I can't remember what it was now. The fellow was asking her about something on Stoke, and there was a big gap. And then the clip was shared on social media saying Liz Truss rendered speechless by these questions. But
I think that was the guy asking about pensions.
No, that was your Bristol fellow who asked about the pensions, wasn't it?
Right. Oh, God.
The guy asking about, or was it Graham Liver in Lancashire talking about fracking?
There's Graham Liver as well, talking about fracking, and then there was the guy talking about pensions, and there was quite a lot of pauses, but then she would go back to the bank, about Putin's Russia and Ukraine and all that.
It was the first question that she got was on Radio Leeds, wasn't it? Our old neck of the woods. And she got given the question from Rima on breakfast there. Where have you been?
Where you been?
Where you
And then
been?
she didn't answer it.
And she
And
didn't
then she
answer.
was, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you on Radio Leeds.
Yeah. And to be fair, Rima was really good, and she said, no. Where have you been? And then she started talking bollocks again, and then the temptation to go, stop talking. Can you tell me?
Yeah.
Wait, have you been in your house? Have you been? Because I would have so much more respect for a prime minister if they said, I can't tell you exactly where I've been for the last 4 days for security reasons, or I've actually been really busy doing my job, and this is the first time I've had a chance to talk about it, or something like that. Or do you think that would reflect badly on her?
No, it'd reflect badly on her, wouldn't it?
I suppose.
But then it's nothing. If she just said, yeah, we I don't know. If she said we messed up, would that be?
But she doesn't think she did.
I think it's all deliberate. I think they're deliberately crashing the pound to make loads of money. Kwasi Kwarteng, Chris Minodi, all that lot. Disaster capitalists.
Oh, bastards. Should we move on from all of that? Because it's a bit dull.
Before we do, there's what if I was one of those local radio presenters, I would have been like, Prime Minister, you've crashed the pound. Everything's going wrong. Is it incompetence? Is it inexperience? Or are you doing it deliberately? I think that would have been a good question.
Yeah, that would have been a good question. And there's, Bobby Oven, full flap.
Yeah, full flap. Yeah, lovely Bobby Oven.
Put a suggested question online about if you're a local radio presenter, say to her, if Keir Starmer had delivered this budget and crashed the pound, what would you have said to him? And
that's a great question.
I like those questions because it's like that flip they do, isn't it? When they say something nice about your opponent.
But then what she'd say is, I'm not going to get into hypothetical. That will be the comeback to that.
I'm not going to provide a running commentary on things the
but
government is doing.
I think our record speaks for itself, and we're a party delivering the people's priorities. All that shit.
You went back in time, and you've just kept going through Cameron, and then you'd have ended up at Blair.
Yeah.
There was someone else, Theresa. Who else has been Prime Minister? Who else has had a crack in the last few years?
Everyone's had a go, haven't they? Everyone's had a go. It's ridiculous.
So
they've never been more prime ministers alive, former prime ministers alive at the same time.
Really?
As currently. Yeah, it's true.
I read something that would suggest we'll all get a go by 2030 or something.
I'd like a go. I think I do a really good job.
Do you think if someone parachuted you in and went, right, okay, we'll take you up on that, you're now Prime Minister, you'd go, oh, fuck, I know. Because you'd have literally no idea how Whitehall works.
First, I'd just be like, take me to MI6. Show me MI6.
I need the nuclear football.
Yeah, exactly. Nuclear football. I don't think UK's got a nuclear football. I think that's just America.
There's a line of command, isn't there, in the UK, which is the first phone call a Prime Minister has or something after they've spoken to the Queen. They have to speak to
the Queen.
As the last Prime Minister did, the next Prime Minister will speak to the King, of course. God save the King.
God save the King.
They have to speak to the commanders of the nuclear subs, do they? To tell them what to do if contact with the UK is lost. That's their first job.
If the Today programme goes off air, apparently that's a sign. That's a sign that just bomb Russia. just bomb them all.
If Nick Robinson goes to dead air, then just attack China.
Yeah, exactly. If it cuts to, I don't know, Nicholas Witchell, does he do Radio 4?
He might. He might do a two-way from Buck Pal.
Yeah.
What?
Imagine if he got like hiccups or something, and instead they bombed Russia by accident, or somewhere they started corpsing so much that there was like dead air, like. Some commanders were like, "Oh God, let's bomb Moscow."
Did you watch any of the Dart?
I've been watching nothing but watching things. Yeah, there's nothing else to do.
So, did you watch them crash the Dart spacecraft into that meteor?
Oh no, I didn't watch that.
Oh, it's brilliant! It's amazing. It was about 1:15 in the morning, I think, and it was like. There was a photo every 1 second from this spaceship as it travelled at 14,000 miles an hour to crash into this rock intentionally. It was mesmerising.
Oh wow!
I'm a bit obsessed.
That sounds great.
A bit obsessed with space, you know.
Let's check that out. Yeah, let's check it out. That sounds great.
You can watch a time lapse now. You don't have to watch it in real time.
Okay, I might do that. Maybe cut that bit out.
I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it.
Oh God.
It's proof if the Department for Work and Pensions come looking for you.
Yeah, fit to work.
Because you've got high sick pay from Larry and Paul HR department. So hopefully you'll be back next week and we'll do a show and we'll ease you into it with only 3 or 4 spoonfuls of hot sauce.
Oh, that sounds great. Yeah.
And other than that, you've got some shows coming up with the Delightful Sausage, and we're filming that soon.
Yeah, but that's not for a couple of weeks yet, is it? Oh, no, it's next weekend.
Next week.
That's next weekend. Oh God, yeah.
A week on Sunday.
Yeah.
And you're touring, so people will be able to go and see Delightful Sausage with you in it, which is good. And I'll be coming down to London to see you.
From the 21st to the 26th of November. Yeah.
Soho Theatre. That's funky.
Soho Theatre. Yeah.
And
that'll be good.
And then what else are we working on? Well, we're just getting back. We're doing some writing, aren't we, for a Radio 4 thing? I'm not sure if we can say what it is yet, but that'll be
We're writing for a Radio 4 thing. That might be exciting.
That goes on air in January, but we're writing for that in November.
Okay. Oh God.
I'm going to let you go in a minute. So they're the exciting things that we've got coming up. But in the very immediately future, we're going to say bye to everybody. And sorry once again that we don't have a live show tonight, but hopefully this goes some way to explaining. I'm still in the office working hard on your behalf.
Thanks.
I've been tidying up. There's a desk coming for the computer thing to sit on, and
that's good.
I'm going to build that flat pack.
Yeah, thanks.
It's supposed to be here today, but it's not arrived. So, we're doing the beer podcast. I forgot about. We start recording that next week as well.
Apparently, we do. Yeah, is that next week? God, it's all coming around quickly, isn't it?
Next Thursday, we start recording a beer podcast about the modern history of Leeds beer, which we've been forced into hosting.
Terrible, absolute torture. Yeah, and then we have the live show after that, don't we? Hopefully.
So there's a few Thursdays where I think we're going to be having a few boozy drinks and then coming and doing the live show. So
sounds good.
There's a chance that the live show might not be technically perfect as it so often is.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be great.
Right, go and have a lie down or play Red Dead.
I need to go and sleep.
Whatever it is you need to.
I don't have the energy to do that.
To play computer games. Right. You can't waft me away like that. This is not how the internet
works. Sorry, there's a fly. It's a fly. Go. Minority Report. I'm knackered now.
Right. Okay. Sorry about that. I'll speak to you soon. And
bye, Flaps.
Get better.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.